very good at this. You guys know that. So I'm here to speak on the Warming Center. I read an article the other day from the Elk Grove News saying that there's only a handful of people in Elk Grove that is concerned about what's happening. I feel bad because what they just did was really positive and awesome. So I don't want to kill your parade, but I love Elk Grove just like you do, and I'm trying to fight for it. So I've noticed that, like the Elk Grove News has spoke about a small group of people only caring about what's going on in Elk Grove. And I had sent pictures to you guys of a lot of things that we've seen and how things have changed in the last year in Elk Grove since there's been conversations about a warming center and a homeless Elk Grove building. People are kind of coming in droves to Elk Grove, and some people in our group have talked to them, and they're coming as far as Oakland, and they're using businesses' hoses to wash their clothes and to, take care of themselves. And we're just finding lots of people, parking out and just hanging out with all their belongings all up and down the boulevard. And a year ago, I don't think that I would have ever thought in my wildest imagination that I'd have to fight for this town and for the safety of this town, and that I would even be up here speaking like this, because this is not something that I'm passionate about, but not something I feel like I'm good at. What I was starting to say was that Elk Grove News was saying that there's only a small group of us that are trying to fight this, or trying to help, or whatever you want to say. But we have spoken to so many different people in Elk Grove that have said they're living behind Bel Air, they're camping out at Dollar Store. The ladies there are scared for their safety. They're living there in front of Dollar Store. They're meandering around behind the houses in Bel Air, the houses behind Bel Air, I should say. So there's a lot of people from every culture that we have spoke to, whether it's Indian or whatever. They're just people that are passionate about what's going on and worried about their safety of their children. And I just wanted to make sure that you guys got the pictures that we emailed to you about how much Elk Grove is changing in just this small amount of time, mostly since the warming center opened, but since we've been talking about opening a homeless shelter as well.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you. So I will go ahead and close the public comment opportunity. Before we go on to our city manager's report, Ms. Bontrager, I noticed your expression when we heard from a previous public comment as it relates to the warming center. Is there any clarifying information you wanted to provide, perhaps?
Yes, absolutely. So we really appreciate our community members letting us know of any issues that they're having out with possible guests of the shelter, or when they're seeing people experiencing homelessness in our community. I did have a chance to review Ms. Perez's photos with our navigation team, which I'm pleased to say now includes 2 navigators, including one with extensive experience with folks with severe mental health issues. And they were familiar with all of the individuals in the photos, and have actively worked to connect them to resources. We are seeing folks experiencing homelessness often move around quite a bit and come in and out of our community, and we do actively work for those who have come from another community or may have left their belongings in another location. We do try to connect them back with that community from which they came. And so we are not seeing that the shelter itself is creating a draw for folks to come to Old Town, but rather it's more related to some of the actions that other cities have undertaken, or the county, in terms of the sweeps that they've done recently related to homelessness. But I would encourage anyone watching this meeting, please email me personally if you're seeing things out in the community, and I will have our navigation team work to address them. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you for that information.